Hello everyone, it's Cameron from Tactical Trading Services, and today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about trading psychology. Um, this is a very broad topic, and we could sit here and talk about this for days and days and days. There's books that's been written about this. It's a very big topic, so we're just going to kind of barely scratch the surface on this. So if you have any questions, then please don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll have a discussion about it. But before we get started, I'd like to say that futures and options trading have potentially substantial rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This group is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures, options, or other financial products. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses like those discussed in any material within this group. The past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. So, now that we got that out of the way, moving forward, why have you decided to take on trading? You ever thought about that? Are you bored? Are you broke? Do you want a Lamborghini? There's a vast amount of reasons why trading would appeal to you, and that's your very own. But what isn't your very own is the psychological aspect of trading. It affects every one of us, and it affects some of us a whole lot more than what it does others, obviously, but we're all still affected. No matter how long you've been trading, you can succumb to the bad ways of thinking in regard to trading. Okay? And it's very easy to fall into that trap. So, what is one of the first stages that we go through with trading? We're pretty naive, right? We think it's going to be really easy and that money's just going to flow into our trading accounts. And a lot of times during this stage, we'll have some dumb luck where we make some really good plays and get some nice wins. We make a little bit of money and things are looking pretty amazing, right? So we feel like at that point we're a trader and that we know what's going on. So what do? We up our position size, right? Yeah, make some more money, and it rolls in. We're doing great. Look at the money that we make with the increased position size. And so we up it some more, and then boom, we lose it all. We lose every single dime in one trade or a couple trades, and we're totally devastated. We sit there and we think about what we did wrong. While we're sitting there pondering the trading universe, that leads us into the second stage. And the second stage is where we come to the conclusion that we believe our analysis wasn't good enough. We feel like we should have learned more indicators, we should have read more books, watched more videos, done anything to increase our trading knowledge, right? But once you come to that conclusion, you're going to sit there and you're going to look and look and look for the holy grail of trading. You're going to see all these advertisements about people who have the perfect system, and you're going to buy into it, and you're going to look for that one strategy that's just going to make you tons of money. And you'll get swept up with all the sales pitches on how people are making hundreds of percent every day and every week. And when you find a new strategy, then you're going to try it out, and guess what? It'll happen again. You'll get blown up. All right? And you get to a point after doing that so many times in the stage that you believe your failure to succeed is because you weren't cut out for trading or cut out to be a good analyst. And you're really on the verge of giving up at this point. And I know you've heard the statistic 95, 98 percent of traders fail, or whatever it is. I don't know. Everybody always says. And I really think that the reason why it's so high and the reason why so many fail is because this is the stage where they give up. They quit. They just don't want to do it anymore. They're so heartbroken, they just can't handle it. So you sit there wondering, hoping long enough that you come to a realization, and at that point the puzzle is completed. You realize that people in the financial markets are not entirely rational at all, and you realize that they can be irrational for a very long time. And in our mind is where the real battle is taking place every time that we enter a trade. So have you ever noticed how successful traders are calm and disciplined? I mean, you can't even tell. If you have a successful trader, you can't tell at the end of the day whether they lost 100 grand or made 100 grand, because it's indifferent to them. They don't show it. But what do you do when you have a loss? I mean, you probably sit there and cry and heartbroken and all tore up, and I get it, but they don't do that. It's because their way of thinking about this is so much different than yours. Alright? You find it so exciting and stressful to be trading, while it's almost boring to them. And this is whenever you figure out that psychology is the missing piece, and that it will help complete the picture for you. So, to really master these markets, in my opinion, then you're going to have to master yourself first. And I've come to realize that the more that I can detach my psyche from money and its value, then the better that I trade. Alright? And that was one of my biggest problems when I first started trading. I was never rich, so the value of a dollar was always very high with me. And whenever I would lose those dollars, it meant a lot to me, because those dollars meant a lot to me. Okay? And once I totally detached myself from the dollar sign and just looked at it as numbers on a screen, then I traded much better. I stayed in trades longer instead of exiting for a huge loss whenever there was no exit signal. I took profits earlier, and I was more methodical with my trading, and it really changed the game, a whole lot. So the best thing for us to do as traders is to find our niche in the markets, okay, and develop a plan. So you want to develop this plan with every trading scenario in mind. But first, you need to find the one strategy that you feel comfortable with and that makes you money. Because in the markets, it's a crazy thing. There's 1,000,001 ways that somebody can make money, okay? And if you trade a certain way and you make money, but I can't trade like that and I can't make money, that's okay. That's just not my style. It's not for me. If you want to trade whatever way that makes you comfortable, then you do that, okay? And that's fine. Everybody trades different. I've come across tons and tons and tons of successful traders, and they all have their own style and strategy, and they all trade differently, totally differently, and it's okay. I tried it all whenever I first started trading. I traded penny stocks, blue chip stocks, I bought options, I bought spreads, all of it. And then I found out about selling premium, which is what I mainly do now. And I tried it out for a while, and the consistency that I had with it was absolutely amazing, win after win after win. And there was a loss here and there that hurt the few times that it happened. And then I evolved my trading plan. I figured out what I did wrong and I tweaked it. And ultimately, I found what I was looking for, and I proved that this was my strategy over and over again. And now I don't hardly do anything else, because it's what works for me, and that's what you're gonna have to find, and it's very common. I mean, everybody has to find their own strategy, and whenever you do that and you make your trading plan, the more precise that you can make your trading plan, then the better it will be. Okay, and all these feelings that you see on the screen here, your trading plan will help block those out and conquer those, where you don't have to worry about those, because uh, you have in your trading plan a reaction for every possible action, and you have to follow it. Okay, else what is it all good for? Because whenever you follow this plan, then it will take out all emotion. You'll be trading like a machine instead of an emotional wannabe trader. Okay, and you'll see yourself starting to make better trading decisions because it's all already laid out for you. And whenever you go into a trade knowing exactly what the two possible outcomes are, then that is the way that you can beat the markets. Okay, emotions kill trading accounts, plain and simple. They do. And those emotions, they'll cause you to lose every dollar that you have. Trust me, I've been there. The sooner that you can learn how to plan your trade your plan, and be as mechanical as possible, then the better. Okay? And I just kind of want to follow up a little bit with this right here. I found this from Speed Trader. I don't know who they are. I don't do business with them. I just seen this little image that they had out there, and I thought that it would be good for anybody, any trader, to sit down and look at these 11 items and think about them and reflect upon yourself about them, and use your conclusions to help build your trade plan and to help build you as a trader. So things like know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Okay, right there. That goes back to what I was saying about finding a strategy that fits for you and works for you and exploiting that. Okay, develop confidence. The big way that you're going to develop confidence in the markets is by winning. Honestly, like, if you have consistent wins, then you're going to really build up your confidence, and it's going to be very, very helpful whenever you get into trades. And like number 4, know when to take a break. Sometimes you just have to take a break. Sometimes you just get overwhelmed, and things aren't going your way, and it's good to kind of relax a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Sorry about that. You just have to take that break. And things like learn to change. If something's not working with you, then change it. Like that's what I was talking about. I tried the penny stocks. I tried the blue chip stocks. I bought options. I bought spreads. I learned to change because none of that was working for me, and I was tired of losing money on that one strategy. So I would go find another one for me to lose money on. but yeah, I mean, you gotta learn to change, and there's a lot of good stuff in this little image here, and I mean, we can sit here and we can talk about it all day, but you really have to get a grip on who you are, and realize that this is not easy. Being a trader is not easy at all, and it's not always going to be about wins and making money, because those are not always going to be there. All right, you're going to have a lot of losses, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, man. But if you can figure out what you're doing wrong and implement a plan to fix that, you'll be a lot better off and you could be successful. Um, One last parting thing, and I think I probably already said it, but absolutely, without a doubt, learn to control your emotions. Okay? You have got to learn to control those emotions. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you find yourself feeling nervous, uneasy, scared, or anything like that whenever you're in a position, it's because your position is too large. Okay? And you know it. Deep down, you know it. Your emotions are telling you that you are trading too large. You need to cut your position size down. But like I said, we could sit here and we could talk about this topic for days. But I just kind of wanted to open you up to the idea of the trading psychology and some common things to kind of help you start out on the right foot. So thank you for watching, and I would love to sit down with any of you all and talk about this and have a legit conversation about any of this. So please feel free to reach out to me, and we can talk about it. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and good luck in your trading journey. Thank you.